My name is Janez Potočnik. I'm a Slovenian. I'm currently a co-chair of UN International Resource Panel and partner of Systemic, and I'm also a previous Commissioner for Science and Research of European Union and in the second mandate for environment. Resource management, it's in a way a missing link in policy making. It is pretty obvious that with the growing population, with the current production and consumption system, the pressure on the use of the resources will increase enormously. So it is really important that we understand that even if in many cases those resource shortage at a short run might not be the limiting factor of human well-being and development, it will be the irrational, irresponsible use of those resources influencing on our health, influencing on the health of environment, and on many things which we are today seeing as major problems. So like climate change, like biodiversity disappearing, polluted air, water, and I could continue. So I think it's essential that we see in more responsible resource use part of the answer. It's part of the answer which we normally see in a model which we call circularity, circular model, where you can approach in different ways to resource management. Either you can use the resources simply, either you design the products in a different way, either you organize your production process in different way, you try to influence on the behavior of consumers, or simply change the business model. So there are various kinds of opportunities through which the resources could be used in a more responsible and way which actually really is, I think, the essence of the question of how to address the future behavior. You know, it is a fact that majority of the people are living in cities, and it is also the fact that the estimates are existing that this proportion of the people living in the cities will even more increase in the future. So how we will manage the cities in the future will be pretty decisive for sustainability. And if I just name you a few of the facts, for example, from the year 1990, an area of United Kingdom was urbanized. Half of the cities which will exist till 2050 are not yet existing. China has used in the years 2011-13 more cement than the United States during the whole 20th century when they were building their cities. So these are quite important facts which we can't ignore. And in the next generation or two, we will actually see the second wave of urbanization. And it is very essential that we do it right. When it comes to the tourism, it's also one of the growing economic sectors. It's a sector which is to a large extent connected with consumption, with a lot of traveling. So it is essential that we do understand that that kind of economic activity should be organized as much as possible in a circular way and as much as possible in a sustainable way. Civil society organizations are the voice of civil society. So I think it's essential that civil societies start sharing one crucial part of understanding that companies, banks, farmers should not focus only on risk management of their own activities, but that they should, on the top of that, focus also on the management of societal risks and challenges. And that's where I see the voice of the civil societies as the most important, and it should be also quite loud and clear. When we search for solutions to the problems which we are facing, we have to go to the roots of the problems. And whenever you go to the roots of the problems, you always hit humans, human activity, economics. So I think it's essential that we understand that the changing economic model, production and consumption model, to a more sustainable one, it's a core of the solution to the many challenges which we are facing. We should not be afraid of that. Any transition, it's actually a major opportunity for innovation, for those who dare, for new jobs. And I think it's important that we do not wait for the leadership coming from the outside, but we do become the leaders on each one on its own level of activity. That's essential if we want to live in a more sustainable world in the future.